Yes. Welcome back to the Tuesday. Let's talk now about this guy up there.
Ding.
DBFZ stuff.
That's
a lot of stuff.
They announced all sorts of information on its release, etc., etc. So it has been revealed that this game is going to be coming out on January 26th, 2018. So when they said it was coming early 2018, they meant early 2018.
Actually real, hopefully.
Right, and which might even mean the game is done, right? Because it takes like 3 months certification to send it in or something like that. So I think the game is pretty much ready to go.
How about that?
But included in that information, I think, is that it's going to be 24 characters at the start. And then there's going to be a season pass being sold for $35 that will give you access to 8 new DLC characters during the course of the next year or whatever a season comes out to. There is also going to be a collector's edition that you can buy that does not contain the season pass. And therein lies where a lot of people are frustrated. I have heard a lot of frustrations here. Now, I wrote a giant series of tweets talking about DLC and my thoughts on the whole entire thing.
Okay.
A lot of people are frustrated by this. $35 for a season pass.
Yeah.
Which is the most expensive season pass so far.
Right.
For all the games, for fighting games and everything like that. What's your take on this whole entire thing right now?
Somehow I missed the fact that the collector's edition does not get it. It's separate even still.
Yeah, so you have to buy collector's edition and the season's pass.
Major bummer.
So you get the cool Goku statue, but
right?
Like you don't get the season pass with the collector's edition.
Right. Yeah, that's a bummer. Well, you don't, I guess, need to buy the characters. I don't know. I mean, it's the same thing as with all DLC. You don't need to get it. It's like theoretically nicer that you can pick and choose which parts of the game you do get, the parts that you care about. That's it. $35 is quite steep.
Right.
I really feel like that's pushing the bounds of what is acceptable.
Because that's $95 total right there.
It's a grip of change, and it's for how many characters? 8, I think, right?
8. Yes. Yeah.
So
it's less than 5 per character, which is standard. $5 for a character is fairly standard, unless you go to MvCI and Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear, and then it's $8 per character, right? So I mean, 8 times 8 would have been 64, but thankfully it's not that much. So
true. Yeah, I still feel like $35 is like on the higher end of things, but yeah, it's not great. I wish that we didn't have the current economics of DLC. Rather not have that, but
would you rather
we have them?
Would you rather pay $90 right away, knowing that you're gonna, like, if they just sold it $90, here's all 32 characters? Like, if they waited, or if the characters are done, or whatever like that, I don't know.
Wait, say that again?
Because the thing about it is, like, in my opinion, I feel like that, the cost of games obviously have not gone up with inflation, right? Especially for people who bought games back in the Super Nintendo era.
Yeah.
Right, we were paying $60 back then.
One horse-sized duck.
And that's like $97 now, right? So if we were paying that much back then, I feel like $30 DLC kind of evens out. And so I expect it to happen. But would you rather have it so that instead of doing this DLC route, that they just charge $90 for games and for
sure not
DLC?
Of course not.
Okay.
Of course not. No, I think that'd be stupid.
Okay.
No, I would of course rather have it so that people can pay for which parts of the game they care about.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. A lot of people have told me that they were particularly mad because we don't know what's in that season pass. We don't know which characters are in there, etc., etc.
That's absurd. I was not, like, the first time that some developer did that, I think I was like not mad about it. I was like, "Whoa, let's wait and see."
Right. Well, I mean, Capcom tried it, and then all 6 characters got leaked.
Yeah.
Season 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like NRS has done it and stuff, so
okay.
It's happened. But having seen it now a few times, I think it sucks. It's stupid to ask somebody to pay money for something that they don't know what they're getting.
But
That doesn't make any good sense.
But you don't have to buy the season pass right away. You can wait until all the information comes out.
Well,
right?
you can wait until part of the information has come out. Like,
exactly.
But presumably it would be rolling information.
Right.
And so now you know you want this one character.
Right.
Cool. Should I get the DLC? Like, should I pay more for this one? Or should I just get the season pass?
Right.
You know, it's a silly decision to have to make. So I just really just want to know what is being bought. I mean, that seems like a pretty reasonable ask.
Yeah, I mean, like it's. I don't mind DLC so much because, like I said, I think it's kind of like a necessary evil just because of the rising production costs and stuff like that. And you don't have to buy it right away. Yeah. You can wait and all this information. Having said all that, I'm tired of this stupid rollout information.
Yeah, that's
just
stupid.
You know what? When Street Fighter Arcade Edition comes out, just tell me all the characters in Season 3. Just tell me. Like when Season 1 got leaked. Didn't make L.I. Joe go any less crazy when he saw Urien at the end of the Ibuki preview. Like, he just saw Urien fist, and he still went nuts. Like, people are still going to get hype about these trailers, regardless of whether you know they're there or not.
Especially for Dragon Ball, man.
Yeah, right?
For sure people are going to be hype regardless.
Just let us know, and then you just be like, I can't wait to see how he plays. I can't wait to see it. And then that's good enough, right? You know what I mean? Then the character trailer that's revealed will get people hype enough. And just knowing who the characters are, I think, I'm tired of the hidden character thing. Let's just... And then plus another thing, too, is they always get leaked. They always get... That information is always going to get leaked. It's always stealing your thunder. So forget it. Put it out there right now. The trailers can't leak if they're not even made, right? So, like...
Trailers can leak sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. But at least it'll only be like 2 days ahead of time.
Yeah.
Or just things that weren't ever supposed to go out at all.
Yeah.
Ever. But, yeah. They just need to stop doing that. They just need to stop doing that. So... Okay.
I agree with you.
But yeah, I mean, I know I saw a lot of people. They're like, "Well, you just lost my money, Bandai Namco and stuff like that." And I think that's too much of a. That's a silly reaction because you just can't find AAA costing games like this that aren't doing season passes, that aren't doing these kind of things, and this game is obviously made with a lot of love.
Oh,
this game is definitely being everything that you want out of Dragon Ball, like, it's going in there. And it's funny because honestly, like, I feel like a lot of people feel like they have to say that because they said those things about Capcom games now. Like, I tweeted about this DLC stuff and all these people were like, yeah, it's not great, oh yeah, but here's it. Like, dude, I had so many well-debated arguments and, like, just good conversation with people about the issue. Good. If I said anything during Marvel, it would have just been like the biggest shitstorm ever. Like everyone would have gotten mad at me.
To be expected. No big deal.
Oh man. But I mean, to be honest with you, like I said, I just feel like this is a necessary evil, and especially with fighting games, I feel like fighting games you actually get more out of a character than you do with most games DLC. Like, DLC can give you this tiny little campaign that's like 4 hours long, but a character can be like, if you're into it enough, you could definitely get like 50 hours out of a character or something like that. So.
I mean, I've gotten thousands of hours out of some characters in fighting games, literally.
Right.
I'm sure
exactly.
literally at this point.
Exactly.
But I'm the tiny minority. Like the statistically insignificant minority. I know that.
Right.
Most people who buy fighting game DLC are not going to be putting that much time.
Yeah,
some, but not that much. So it is more like for them buying DLC in other games where they're not going to use it forever because they're not going to do that in this game either. Hardcore FGC types are not the big selling area. What is that called? Number of people who buy things, trade money for
Target
stuff.
audience.
Target audience.
There you go. Okay.
In Injustice, Hellboy is going to be coming out eventually. They announced that, and so is Atom.
Yes,
right. ATOM.
Yes,
Atom. Stupid American English and inability to differentiate between atom and atom. Stupid. What are we doing? We're killing this language. But I talked with some people this weekend at the Last Chance qualifier, and they are super hyped for Hellboy.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Even though they know it's Hellboy.
Right.
He's coming out eventually.
Exactly.
They know that. But it's probably Atom first because they've already had an Atom trailer.
Right.
So they have to wait. They don't know how he's going to play. And so we were all talking, what if he is a grappler? He's got the big hand. Maybe he's just a puncher. Maybe he's like going to have a little shotgun. He's a zoner. Who knows?
Right.
Who knows?
And that's the thing, too, right? Like, even with Adam, right? Like, the silhouettes, like, one guy was tiny and everyone's like, that's probably Adam. So, like, everyone knew it was Adam. And even that, when the trailer came out, I got excited. I thought he looked super cool, right? So, I just, like, if you're going to do it, just, like, if you want to do it kind of like how MK did it. Like, riding hat, like, Black Manta, Adam, it's obvious it's them. Just be like, who are these characters? And, like, use, like, the worst opaque value.
Blanca with the hairs,
use the worst opaque value possible so that you can clearly see it if you just adjust it. Because the people who will care will go and find out.
Right.
The people who are casual will just look at it and be like, oh, cool. But then, you know, like, you know what I mean? It's just like the people, like, let them just know because they're the ones who are going to be spending the money anyway. And I would rather know. I would rather know ahead of time. If I knew that Sodom was coming, like, in November, I would be like, whatever. I'm still excited for that. I'd be excited to see the Sodom trailer, you know? I'd be excited for that, so.
I hear you, and I agree. With the exception that I think Sodom is probably useless within the game.
Yeah, they're going to have to do a lot of things different with him. They're going to have to do a lot of things.
Because his character is already in the game, like, several times.
I wouldn't mind it if they made him, like, Alpha 1 grappler style, which is... Because Alpha 1 grappler style, he was different because he had massive startup on his SPD, but it reached really far.
So, Birdie...
Right, it's like Dolphin Dive
Birdie,
stuff,
Dolphin Dive.
right, but actually based around that idea because he also has good offense. So he's trying to train you to block so that he can sneak in the SPD like that.
So
and I kind of like
Birdie,
that
EX
idea.
Bullhead, or EX Dolphin.
It's not quite the same, I think. It's very similar, trust me, because I was thinking about that too. I was like, yeah, Dolphin is kind of the same kind of a thing, but that's not the crux of his gameplay. You know what I mean? I don't think the Dolphin Dive is the basis of his gameplay, and I think you could do that with Sodom, but I would not be opposed if they made him a completely different character so that he had a stance change, so that he went from size to katana and like did different things like that. You know, like if they just took away his grapplerness and just made him fight like Final Fight, like he just runs into you and stuff like that. Like I would 100% not be opposed to that at all because there's too many damn grapplers in this game right now, and Street Fighter V does not need another grappler. So
I agree.
As a grappler player,
I can't believe I said that. I agree. We do not need more grapplers in Street Fighter V. Wow.
Yeah,
what a world. I can't believe I said that.
There's too many right
there
now.
Are.
There's way too many. So much to the point where a character like Alex just doesn't serve a purpose.
Why is he in there?
Yeah, Alex is like the number one. Why is he in there? Because obviously he's the lowest tier, and everybody else does what he does, but better.
Even when he was announced, remember, I feel like we had the same conversation before he came out. But Mika's already in there.
Yeah,
Laura's already in there. Why? Zeku's already in there. Birdie's already in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is he in here?
Yep.
And we never found out.
Yeah, let's get some zoners in there.
We'll never know.
Let's get some zoners in there, please. But in any case...
Anyway, what do we do? What else about
So Dragon
DBZ?
Ball is, as I said, January 26th. There's going to be some online modes. You'll be able to fight in circle match mode, where up to 8 players can enter into the room and fight against each other with up to 4 fights happening simultaneously. There's a world match mode, allowing players to choose between casual and ranked matches. That's standard. There is the special bundle, the Ultimate Edition. They'll get the pre-order bonuses, which are like an anime music pack featuring 11 songs from the show, as long as a commentator voice pack, which I'm sure is similar to how Guilty Gear you can change the characters doing the menu announcements and stuff like that. So I think that's probably what that is in there, which I still think is amazing because May can't pronounce Alfeld.
That's right, yeah.
The latest thing
yeah,
ever,
that's hilarious.
But the pre-orders are up now on PC and PS4, so go ahead and grab that if you have the chance.